Shalom. Call Haloyim, La Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, the great millstone. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopefully elect. I want to get into the topic about your family line. Your family line is determined by your father, because your father is who plants that seed. You know, because a lot of our people, they don't want to say, oh, the child is mixed, or the child is half this or half that. But that's not true. The child will have characteristics of the mother, but that spirit that's inside that child is an Israelite. If that's who planted the seed. If your father go back to the line of an Israelite, then you are an Israelite by the seed of the father. Because that's what our people don't understand, that the woman, she just nurtures the baby, you know? She just nurtures that seed. And the baby takes on characteristics of the mom. Because why? The mother and the father, they build a house that the spirit gonna reside in. All right. Numbers 1:18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month, and they declared their pedigrees after their families by the house of their fathers, according to the number of the name, from 20 years old and upward, by their polls. See? So they determined their pedigrees by the house of their father, you know? Because if you plant a seed, no matter where you plant that seed at, no matter if it's an apple seed, orange seed, or a pineapple tree, no matter where you plant it at, that's what's gonna come up, you know. And that's just like with a child. No matter what type of woman you have sex with, no matter if she a Chinese, Japanese, you know, so-called white woman, no matter where and if an Israelite plant that seed, no matter what that woman is, it's an Israelite that's gonna come out. You know, that spirit is gonna be an Israelite. Okay? Because that's confusion, you know, when you're trying to say, oh, well, I'm half Native American, or I'm half so-called Mexican, or I'm half so-called black. You know, that's confusion. But you go back to the lineage of your father, you can find out what you really are. Because that's why, and Esau, he knew it. Because in Exodus 1:8, that's why he wanted to kill all the men children. Because he knew the men is what carried that lineage on. Exodus 1:8. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph. And he said unto his people, behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we. And when it say children of Israel, it really supposed to be sons of Israel. It's supposed to be sons of Israel, you know. Come on, and let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply, and it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they join also unto our enemies, and fight against us, and so get them up out of the land. Therefore they did set over them taskmasters to afflict them with their burdens, and they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramesses. But the more they afflicted them, the more they multiplied and grew. Okay, and that's how Jake is, man. The more pressure, the more pain you put on Jake just gonna multiply and grow. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how our people is, you know. And Jake and the so-called Latin tribes, they multiply. You know, you might see a Jake with about 8 kids. You know, you might see a so-called Mexican with about 8 kids. You know, because they multiply quick. you know, and that's how it is now, you know. They keep putting more hell on Jake, more hell on Jake. But all Jake do is, you know, he'll go home and that's how he get his relief, you know, because they take everything from Jake. So Jake could get him a woman and he get upset, you know what I'm saying, and he'll pop that woman. Cause that's all they had, you know. That's all they had, and they built the treasure cities, you know. Cause Jake the one who built those pyramids. Jake the one who built all those pyramids in Egypt. Because they had heavy tasks on got afflicted with heavy tasks, and they were grieved because of the children of Israel. You know, because Israel was great. The Lord said, "My your seed will be like the sands of the sea." You know, He told Abraham his seed will be like the sand of the sea. So Jake was a great people, man. And then they was mighty because they mighty than the rest of the nations, you know. Because when you look on the planet, you see the LeBron Jameses, you know. You see the different football players. You see the different UFC fighters, the different boxers. All those are Jakes, you know. Those are Israelites. And the Egyptians made the children of Israel to serve with rigor, you know. And that's how they do now. They make Jake work for a little nothing. You know, Jake don't hardly get paid nothing, but he go out there and he do his job, you know, to have a little bit of something. Because why? And that goes back to prophecy, because the Lord said, "You from the sweat of your brow you will work." You know, and they made their lives bitter with hard bondage and mortar and in brick and all manner of service in the field. All their service wherein they made them serve was with rigor, and that's how it is now. You know, Jake he go out there and he work them construction jobs. You know, all day from 6 in the afternoon. Jake out there pouring concrete. Or back in the slave times, Jake was out there in the field, you know, picking cotton from sun up to sundown. But our people, you know, that's how they get they relief. You know, they get to pop their woman, and then they make more children. And the king of Egypt spake to the Hebrew midwives, of which the name of the one was Shipporah, and the name of the other Puah. And he said, when ye do the office of a midwife to the Hebrew women, and see them upon the stools, if it be a son, then ye shall kill him. But if it be a daughter, then she shall live. And that's letting you know right there. See, these heathen nations, they knew about the lineage, you know. They knew that child coming out of that Hebrew woman was going to be an Israelite. And then he was going one Israelites can bring back all the rest of the Israelites. So they were trying to weaken our nation by killing off the sons, you know, and keeping the daughters. Because they knew that if a daughter have sex with an Egyptian, that baby is an Egyptian. But if an Israelite man have sex with an Egyptian, that is an Israelite. And they knew that, you know. But the midwives feared the Most High, and did not as the king of Egypt commanded them, but saved the men children alive. And the king of Egypt called for the midwives, and said unto them, why have ye done this thing? And he saved the men children alive, and have saved the men children alive, Salakia. And the midwives said unto Pharaoh, because the Hebrew women are not as the Egyptian women, for they are lively, and are delivered the midwives come in unto them. Therefore the Most High dwelt well with the midwives, and the people multiplied and waxed very mighty. And it came to pass, because the midwives feared the Most High, that he made them houses. And Pharaoh charged all his people, saying, Every son that is born ye shall cast into the river, and every daughter ye shall save alive. See, so the Pharaoh, he knew that the Israelite carried the seed. The Israelite man carried the seed. The woman, she just nurtures that seed. Okay? So the lineage is determined by the father. The woman and the man come together and they build a house that's going to house that spirit. You know? Because a lot of our people, they get confused on that. Because they would say, call a child mixed. No, you're not mixed, because the man is more important than the woman, because the man, he the one plants the seeds, He the one that determines what that child's gonna be, you know. All right, Proverbs 8:4. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to the sons of man. You see? So the Lord, he deals with the man, he called the man. He didn't call the woman. Because why? The man can carry that Israelite name on, because you don't have to have an Israelite woman to carry that lineage on. You can take a Moabite, you know. You can take a Japanese woman. You can take a so-called white woman, a Edomite, and bring back an Israelite. Just like Blake Griffin, his baby looked like a so-called Edomite. I mean, a so-called white man, which is an Edomite. Blonde hair, blue eyes. But Blake Griffin, his line go back to Israelite. So it doesn't matter about what the woman is, it matters what the father is. And that's how you determine your lineage, by the father. Because the Lord deals with the man, Ezekiel 34:31. And ye, my flock, the flock of my pastor, are men, and I am your power, saith the Lord power. See? The Lord say his flock is of men, And that's what that's what women say, that they're in the truth. That's why you can't hardly find a woman that's in the truth. Yeah, they can listen and be quiet, and receive the truth like that. But a lot of them, when you ask them, is they in the truth, and you ask them, oh, do the man carry the lineage? They were like, oh, no, that's a mixed child. No, there's no such thing as a mixed child. Or if you ask them, can you have more than one wife? They'll be like, no, I'm not with that. So that's how you know a woman's not in the truth. Because the Lord deals with the man, and the man is what carries the lineage. So I hope this was edifying. Until the next time I say shalom.